torch. Don't worry. Torch. Oh, torch. One more time, 2 times.
For those of you who came in late, if you want to ask Lino a question, raise your hand, I'll pass it on. He's a studio person, that's Kyle, and consequently a wise guy.
Talk about you. Giorgio. Squeeze. Put in the middle, make it narrow. Yeah.
For those of you who are interested in things like Hellenistic and Roman fused slumped mosaic bowls, the business of fusing the canes together to form a disc is just like this. It's done just this way. Of course, as soon as they pick it up and begin the glass blowing, it'll be completely different. But at this stage, this fusing that you see could have been done the same way without the torch, 300-ish BC.
It very well. I need that to speed. Squeeze more. Eric, squeeze more.
The funnel apparently was a little too small in diameter, so Lino just adjusted the diameter.
Okay. Squeeze.
Over here or over there? This one?
And now a very important part of the process, Lino is going to make sure that there are no holes in that matrix of fused canes. They are. For those of you who came in late, the piece that Lino's making right now is going to be made into a cup shape. Then the piece that the part that Chris here at this glory hole is keeping hot, I suspect Lino's going to gather over that and insert it into the cup.
Kind of,
I may be wrong.
In the top, I saw. No problem. Okay, I'm going to bench. I fix it because I needed a big block. You know, if I have a big block. okay, no problem. Don't worry about that. We have the block? Yep.
Lino is going to diminish the diameter using the block. That's a big wet cherry wood shaped object that Kyle is holding on the marver.
Whew. Math. Put some wax in the block. Wax in the block. Give me a marver.
We're on bypass, right? Are we on bypass?
No. Okay. Here's make the other one.
Okay. Not a bad idea. When he uses that newspaper, you know what I mean? Could be a problem.
It's okay, I'll close. No. Block. Smaller.
This is all toward making the Marini fused matrix a cup. Well, there are people in the room for whom this little bio that I'm going to read will be, mild to say, superfluous. Lino enjoys in the studio glass world a level of fame only second to Dale Chihuly as far as international recognition goes. So many of you, however, are experts in earlier periods of glass. And just so you know the outline biography, I'm going to read it now during this pause. Lino was born on the island of Murano, where he worked as an assistant, then as an apprentice in the island's glass factories. He earned the title of maestro at age 21. In 1979, he traveled for the first time to the United States to teach at the Pilchuck Glass School, thus beginning an international career of collaborations with noted European and American artists working in glass. Lino has played a major role in introducing Venetian glassworking techniques in the Far East, Australia, Europe, North and South America. After working in the United States and abroad for 10 years, he made a difficult decision to change his artistic focus from design to the production of unique work. And after rethinking his craft, he emerged in the 1990s as an influential artist. He was the 1996 recipient of our Whitehouse Commission. His work is widely exhibited in museums and galleries around the world. That was a little like telling you, the fellow playing the piano is Horowitz, and let me tell you when he started and where his first concerts were. It's about that level of absurdity for the people who know Lino well and his reputation.
You have a block? All right.
Incidentally, those of you who are watching in the auditorium, if you'd like to come over, we have about 20 or so empty seats. So you're welcome to wander over to the other side of the parking lot and take a seat.
Giorgio, Armani.
I don't,
Now there's only 17. Now there's only 16.
Oh.
Only 15 seats left.
okay. Okay.
You better start running if you expect to get here.
That's right.
Okay?
Same.
Yeah, same. Cool the pipe, it's very cold. Got a little bit cooler? Hello, hello, no, yes, yes, no. All right, doesn't matter. Good giorno. Hi, Mary.
So much to be.
Ciao. Go.
And now the hearing test portion of the program. If you could hear that, you're probably under 50.
When it all stripped off in the bucket.
Yeah, little bit. Keep in the center. Very important. Chris.
George Kennard is one of our glass blowers on the staff who does a lot of demonstrations, and he's very skilled at large-scale work, and this process of gathering at this large a size is very tricky. Now, you'll notice that there are no bubbles trapped in there. That's a really important aspect of this kind of gathering technique. It's very hard to do that. It's very easy to trap it's very easy to trap bubbles between the first gather and the second gather. What are you doing? We're going to putty this up. Okay. This cup will be puntied and opened so that the part that Chris is holding, keeping warm, can be inserted into it. Now, it looks like Chris's job is easy, but it takes a lot of knowledge and experience to know how often to flash that in the glory hole. If it gets too soft, the decoration will begin to run. If it gets too cool, it'll crack. He's actually a highly skilled, highly paid specialist.
Wow. Chris, I'm sorry. All right.
You can see Lino beginning to elongate the cup. Dan is blowing. Lino was blowing on that with the torch to preheat the uppermost part of the glass, the clear part, so that when it goes in the glory hole, the preheated part will get hotter than the rest. His next step is to make a constriction between the blowpipe and the Marini decoration. This is going to give him a place to break it from the blowpipe so that it will transfer to the punty.
Going up. Up. Not too much. Like this. Easy. Compress air. Stay there.
Eric, what are you laughing at? What's funny?
Blowing. Blow. Keep going. Blow, boss.
This neck or constriction is an important part of the glass blowing process. Otherwise, there'd be no way to get the bubble, the inflated glass, off the blowpipe.
Okay, Giorgio.
The pad Lino is using is Kevlar with graphite embedded in it. It's moist, and it allows him to shape the glass without creating tool marks or chill marks.
Blow a little bit.
A lot of people
Blow it.
use wet newspaper at this
Blow it.
point.
All right. All right, it here. Here. We needed the towels.
Now Lino's letting this get cool to the point that it's stiff, and he reinforces the neck. That is to say, he squeezes it with the shears to make sure that it's the weakest part of the structure. Here's the punty or pontal. Those words are interchangeable.
Yeah, small one. The food. All right.
The attachment of the pontal or punty, of course, is tricky. It has to stick well enough to hold the object, but at the end of the process, it has to be weak enough to break free.
We need the steps. We need the mold. Yep, this. Put it there. First this one. Yep. Yep.
I won't get you, don't worry. No. Excuse me. And the punty or pontil, it's simply a handle. It's a long metal rod with a little bit of glass on the end that serves the function as a handle while working on the other end of the piece, the opening. He probably wants you to save that, no? Yeah. I've heard of bidding wars at auctions for Lino's trimmings.
All right. Chris, eat a little bit more.
What's that? It all looks so easy, and it's all so tricky. The next step, the step coming up, the business of lowering into that cup the piece that Chris has been holding, is also very difficult. It's very difficult to do that without trapping a giant bubble in the tip. And you'll find it very interesting how he does that. The end of Lino's cup is closed. So if they don't do it just right, there'll be a large void trapped there, which he'll have to cut away and will become waste. But watch how he, in a few moments, does that.
Touch a little bit more, eat a little bit for the flesh. Eat, Eric, eat very well.
Is he going to gather over that? Okay.
Eric, you ready? It?
Still a little cold.
Well, it turns out they're not going to gather over the part that Chris was holding, now Eric is holding.
Okay. Okay, I give it to you.
The cup is going to be placed in a holder. Eric is getting the insert really hot.
All right. Don't worry. Poof.
So Lino was really careful to make the tip go to the bottom of the cup first. And now as it inflates, as the inner part inflates, the air is pushed upward to fill the cup without trapping bubbles. 19th century English cameo glass got its overlay, its white overlay over the blue glass by that method.
Step at the mold. Yep. Close. Keep going. No, it's okay. More close. Yeah. Mother. Push back.
Harry, would you hold that up when you're through with that and just show the inside of that mold? That's a dip mold sometimes called an optic mold. Many of them have ridges on the inside. This particular one has prongs sticking out of the inside. It's called a pineapple mold. This
Stampo a biotone.
Balatone. A balatone?
Balatone.
Yeah. In the Italian or Venetian, it's a balatone. It's called a pineapple mold because when the bubble comes out, you'll see that the glass looks a little bit like a pineapple.
All right.
Dip molds or optic molds like that one always are used early in the process, and there's always subsequent blowing and shaping after you use the mold. This is distinct from a full-size blow mold, and in that case, the object comes out fully formed.
Small torch, they give you the back, would be great. In the age here.
When the object goes in the glory hole, everything gets hot, obviously. If you want a part to get hotter than the rest of it, you preheat it with a torch, as I mentioned earlier. So you'll see a lot of preheating going on. That's why they use the torch. It doesn't get the glass hot enough to shape it, but it gets that part hotter than the rest so that it will then be the hottest part after the reheat. Now, flame workers do exactly the opposite. They blow on the spot, and of course they don't have a glory hole, so they blow on the spot where they want it hot, and the torch gets the glass hot enough to shape. This is just a preheating procedure. So while Lino is marvering to keep the outer half cooled, they'll be blowing on it with the torch to begin to get the upper half hotter.
Eric? All right. Close. Later.
They close the doors when he's in the glory hole so that the radiant heat coming off the back side of the door will get the glass on the near side of the blowpipe even hotter. If the doors are wide open, as Rachel was saying earlier about firing enamels, the front end of the glory hole is rather cool. So they close the doors to keep the front end of the glory hole really hot.
Okay. Okay, eat very well. You have the powder.
Bring that up here, George.
Yeah, good. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, gosh. Marvin, in the back. Too big. Okay, no Marvin the tip, just at the back. All right. Come here. You have the yoke. Cool the pipe. Cool the pipe, go there.
Pull the pipe.
Yeah, are you ready? Go.
And now Harry is dusting blue glass powder onto the surface. And of course the powder will not go into the deepest recesses of the pineapple mold pattern.
Little bit more in the back. No, wait. Go. Keep going. Go, do it in the back. There, we have one spot is empty. Yeah, there. You see?
Okay, so the purpose here, Eric is just about to wipe the powder off the surface, so we'll wind up with powder just in the depressions.
All right.
Here we go.
Come here. Giorgio.
Giorgio.
We saved the money, Chris. Chris. We saved the money later. We saved the money. Marvel?
I think that means we didn't put enough powder on it. I think that's what he's saying. I'm not sure. There's not enough powder on it? You want more powder on it?
No, it's okay. No, we have a little bit too big for the mold.
I see.
This kind of stuff, you need one mold a little bit bigger or less glass.
I was wrong. He was just saying it's too big. It was too big for the mold.
All right.
A longish piece of glass like this will tend to be too hot in the outer half, so you'll see Lino marvering the outer or lower half a lot. And that's because the tip is the first thing to go in the glory hole, the last thing to come out, and the front end of the glory hole, even a good glory hole like these, is a little bit cooler than further into the glory hole. So the way to compensate for that is to cool the outer half, either with a marver or with wet newspaper or with those graphite pads. That's the sequence you're going to see, because what Lino needs to do is he needs to get the upper half hotter than the lower half, because that's where he's going to put the constriction, that all-important constriction that will allow him to break it off the blowpipe and transfer it yet again to a punty. Now, I believe before that happens, there's going to be another gather. I think he's going to gather over this, but we'll see.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Lino. Thank you. I was right. Let's mark that in the record. One.
Rim.
So what's going on now is Lino just is making it perfectly smooth. He's getting rid of any vestiges of the dents, because if the surface isn't smooth, of course, on the second to gather, those spots will trap air bubbles. If you want air bubbles, you leave the dents. If you want to make, say, an air twist stem, as in 18th century English glass, you make a first gather, make dents in it with blades, let it harden, and gather over it. The glass at 2100 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty viscous.
Okay.
It's about the consistency of honey at room temperature. So the glass won't flow into any recess, and it'll trap a bubble. In this case, of course, he doesn't want bubbles. And Lino's making it a little bit more compact, because if it's too long, after the second gather, after the next gather, the glass will reheat the entire thing, and if it's too long, it'll go out of control. So he wants it a little bit compact. Yes? I don't know. Eric? Eric, about how much do you think this weighs right now? Roughly.
Itself probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 pounds.
Okay. Something like 10 to 12 pounds. It's not that big. Okay. The bubble is not that big, so it's pretty thick.
I always tell people, imagine picking up a rock that big.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
Lower a little bit.
Eric just said, imagine picking up a rock that big. That's about how heavy it would be. The bubble inside, he was just saying, is not that big a bubble, so it's mostly glass.
All right. Nice gather.
Well, it's fortunate that Lino made it more compact, because when George goes in and gathers, as he will very skillfully do,
Georgia.
he won't trap any bubbles, and he'll come out and he'll hold it up so that it doesn't get any longer. But if it does get too long, and if it does go out of control, it'll be George's fault. There's an old tradition in Murano that I've witnessed secondhand. I've witnessed that when things go wrong, curiously, it's not the fault of the maestro. It's always somebody else's. One of the many reasons I work solo.
Don't believe too much.
Lino is holding his tongue.
So, do you want me to strip it off?
All straight. If it's straight, everything's fine. If it's not straight, strip.
Okay.
Okay, keep it the phone. Keep off, okay, off of the phone.
Lino's saying, after the gather, just keep the form. Just keep it looking like it is. A gather like this is pretty slow. He's going to be in the furnace a long time. So he's pre-cooling the pipe so that when he comes out, it won't be glowing red hot. He'll probably use the pipe cooler again. But if he skipped it now, it would be really way too hot when it came out of the furnace.
Yep.
A few last encouraging words. Is that helping, George? Good, good. Eric has just raked the surface of the glass to move away any bubbles that may be at the surface. Notice how smoothly George changes the angle. That's key to making the coating even.
Strip a little bit, strip a little bit. Keep it the tip. Oh, right. Great.
Nice.
Keep it there. Off.
That is a beautiful gather. I think he deserves a hand. I really do.
Bravo, Giorgio.
Really nice. Now you'll notice George's left hand is real close to the glass. It's very near the balance point. You'll notice that Lino keeps his hand near the glass.
Give me a block.
An important part of the strategy at this point is to keep the tip of the bottom, the end of the bubble, what will become the bottom of the vessel, to keep it the thickest part. So you'll notice that Lino let a lot of glass run off onto the tip, and that begins the process of ensuring that the thickest part of the object is the bottom. That's key, that's critical, because they're going to put a punty on the bottom in a little while, and if the bottom isn't thick on a very large piece, when they knock the punty off, it might make a hole in the bottom of the vessel. So you'll see again and again Lino working on the tip to make it pointed, to make it cooler, like right now.
It can be,
And for the next few minutes, what you'll see is a process of reheating, shaping, inflating, reheating, shaping, inflating, and then at a certain point, they'll begin to make the constriction near the blowpipe.
Giorgio. Views of the marble at the other side. Warm up. Okay, Giorgio. Giorgio, one more time.
He's getting the shape just right, and above all, the temperature relationship between the tip and the part near the blowpipe just right in preparation for the blowing and shaping that's about to take place.
The five paddle, the back. Flat, little bit. Deeper. Deeper, yes.
He's saying deeper because
correct.
that'll help get the part near the blowpipe hottest. If he's near the front, the area near the blowpipe won't get hot enough and soft enough to put the neck in.
Yep. Giorgio. when you turn, don't turn, that's why you twist. You have to turn like this.
Just turn.
Yeah, you twist.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
torch. Like this.
There's been a little bit too much turning in one direction clockwise, and Lino was just showing George that the decoration near the blowpipe has begun to torque and twist in one direction, and so he was just telling George, turn it the other direction a lot to untwist, unscrew the twist.
Okay, Giorgio?
It is much harder to turn counterclockwise
side, twist the
than
other
clockwise.
side.
In Murano,
Okay.
they typically flip back and forth, so you don't get that torque buildup, the twist buildup from the torque. Here's the neck. Nothing more important in glass blowing than putting in a good neck that will break easily
Blow
at
it
the
a bit.
right moment.
Blow. Blow, please. All right. Torch. Okay. Okay, Giorgio.
Okay, George? Yep.
As Lino makes the neck, Giorgio holds it down so that gravity will elongate the bubble a little bit at a time. If it gets too long and it's too hot, it will go out of control.
Blowing. Blowing. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Blow, blow, blow. Turn, Giorgio, turn, Giorgio.
Eric's
Okay.
coming for a
More
punty.
power. Little bit longer. Longer. Yep.
I'd be
Okay,
happy to get
Giorgio.
the door if you'd like. Oh,
All right, Giorgio. Very good. Blowing. Blow very hard. Blow very hard. Blow very hard. Blow. Turn up a little bit.
Of course, the other thing you can do, instead of blowing on the part with the torch, you can blow on it with the air
Little
gun
longer.
and
Little blow a little bit.
chill a specific area you want to chill.
Okay, Giorgio. All right.
It's not.
All right, perfect.
It's never going to. Eric just said, Eric Meek, who is one of our staff at the
Blah, blah,
museum,
blah, blah, blah.
just said it's never going to be the same for George. Forever after Giorgio.
Stop it. Stop. Second. Second. Wait. Torch. Stop it. All right.
Eric is making a specific kind of punty or pontil called, is this a sculpture punty? Do you know? Okay,
Cup of
just
the
a regular
pipe
punty.
or
Okay.
blowing?
Okay, so he's making a
Cup
regular,
of the pipe or
regular
blowing?
punty. It's big because the object is big.
Or blowing? Yeah. Okay, Giorgio? It's okay, go in the bench, Giorgio. Go in the bench. Blowing. Blow. Giorgio, one more time. When I go in, no, don't blow in. Little bit, yes. Just a little bit. We are ready with the punti?
It's obvious that the lower half is hot. It's glowing, but the upper half also
Okay,
has to be
okay,
hot.
Giorgio. It's okay, Giorgio. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, good.
If the upper half isn't over about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit,
Blow.
when they break it off the blowpipe, transfer it to the
Stop
punty
it.
and reheat it, the edge will crack. So the upper half has to be hot enough. The lower half has to be cool enough so that it's stiff and not moving. It's a tricky balance, especially with something large. When Lino stops turning, you can see it deflect with gravity. That's one of the key indicators of the temperature. That's his main cue for how hot the glass is.
Just at the bottom. Just at the bottom, just it's at the tip. Eric, I like the punti a little bit shorter. No, come here. Because if it's longer, make a middle vessel complicated to work. At the stick is too hot. Push a little bit. Yeah, they're over here.
Now, they don't want to break the neck until the punty is stiff, but it looks to be stiff enough. Lino's making the neck a little more fragile by rubbing on it with the cold steel
Touch a
jacks.
little bit with the torch of the punti, the touch.
Oh, that's a special tool to scratch the constriction.
Just the punti. Where is it the touch of the punti stick? It's okay? You're okay? Touch here.
Torch?
This is to keep the upper half above 1,000 degrees while they're waiting for the punty to stiffen up. A drop of water on one side, a drop of water on the other, and a little bang with the
Ready?
pincers, and the neck will break. Easy as that.
The bad luck. Don't do that. Yeah. Turn very slow because the hole is very big. With the torch, we need to squeeze. Make the mouth a little bit shorter. Because we don't do neck. The neck is too wide.
Once we condense it down, do you want me to make blowpipe?
The color, yes.
Do you want you want a big soffietta? You want a big soffietta?
No.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, torch. Turn slowly. Keep going. Go there. Come out. Into the torch.
Big torch, little torch?
Big torch. Don't go down with it like this.
Lino's making the hole a little smaller so that he can reshape the edge of the hole.
Doing a heater, you doing
Torch, torch.
The glass right by the edge is much thicker than the glass just below it. And if Eric reheats the whole thing, the shoulder will become very soft before the glass near the edge softens. So he's preheated the edge. Now Chris is reheating the leftover.
Slowly.
He's going to close the end.
Slowly,
and
slowly,
after Lino
slowly.
finishes this piece,
Come out.
he'll use this to make something else.
The post. Okay, come out. Too slowly. Stay there like this. Stay there like this. Stay there like this. Stay there. Look at the color.
Eric's holding it down so that
Little bit
gravity
color,
keeps
little bit
the
white.
shoulder from collapsing.
One more time.
While Lino straightens
Make a
up and
color.
makes smaller the hole.
Little bit white.
What you gonna do?
Making a hollow blowpipe.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah.
Into this.
Now Harry's taking a blowpipe and he's going to make a post or a collar on a blowpipe. It'll just be a ring
Okay.
of glass right at the mouth of the blowpipe. The blowpipe will be open, and in a few minutes they'll attach that, they'll stick that on the open end and use it to reshape the shoulder. Harry's gathered, he's blowing to blow the glass out of the hole of the pipe.
Well, here, come with the torch, air this side. Flip it, come here. Open up, squeeze more. More wide. One more time, please. Sorry. Yeah, go. Keep going. Ready? Hit the tip, always. All right. Okay. Okay, stop it. No, turn. Torch there, torch there. There.
Is it here?
Torch. Stop it. Stop. Torch. Yeah, but the paddle a little bit longer there is more easy to work, you know. Blow a little bit. Blow a little bit.
Is that blow here?
Blow.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. This is. Torch at the back. we have this stuff there. Good.
You want it?
Little bit hot.
That's about as long as you'll see a piece of glass out of the glory hole. I know I was getting a little nervous.
Take this puddle there, the skinny puddle. Hit at the top a little bit. A torch. Yep. Yep. Little bit in the back. Yep. Hit the tip. Hit the tip. Little bit the tip and then go in. Going. Turn. Straight.
Now Lino's made a little flare on the end simply for the purpose of holding it with the jacks. This is not going to be the
Faster,
final
I can see.
edge. That's just a little feature to give him
Okay.
a grip on the shoulder.
Yes, but I think it's too late to go in. Normally I work, I have the... Yeah, I have the butcher. Eric. A torch, ready? Paddle. Push it, paddle. Straight. Wait a second. Torch. The tip, just the tip. Here, the tip is not inside. Yeah. Wow, so hot.
Okay. So what he just did was he made an outer fold.
So hot.
That is going to be the
You
final
believe
edge.
it?
He made
Yeah,
an
give me
outer
the
fold.
hands. Touch it, yeah. Touch it. Yeah. All right. No, I have the apron. Yeah. Yeah, very good like this. Everything all inside.
George is holding an air gun that has a cone on the tip. George, you want to hold that up for a second? It has a cone. And Lino is going to use that
Yeah,
to
little
inflate the
A
vessel.
little bit far away, but yes.
It's got a little bitty hole, and the cone will make a tight seal, and they'll further inflate the vessel.
Okay. All right. Okay, Eric. We need the punty, torch, punty.
Whatever else is going on, it's essential
Puff
to
a little bit.
keep the
puff
bottom
a
of the
little bit.
vessel and the start blowing on that, or somebody is. Kyle is.
Blow.
Kyle.
Blow. Stop it. Everything in.
You want to make this one wider too, or not?
Not too much. It come out natural.
Now they spent all that time so that the hole in the tip would cool off a little bit. Now during the reheat, everything's going to get nice and evenly soft. The hottest parts lose heat the quickest. That's one of the laws of thermodynamics, but it's something that glassblowers instinctively exploit.
The bench is
The
not
fact that the
comfortable.
hottest part will
This
cool the
bench is
quickest.
too high. Must be a little bit lower. Okay, the stomach. For me, blowing, 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 blow, blow. Stop it. One more time. Torch here, torch here.
Is that pretty straight on the top? Is it straight on the top?
Yep. One more time.
Again, Krista closes the door so that the lower part of the vessel will get a lot of heat. The part that's soft, though, is the shoulder, and that's already hotter, so it's getting hotter still. And when Lino uses the air gun the second time, this next time, only the upper half will inflate.
Okay, Eric. Blowing. Blowing. Keep going, stop it.
I see he's aiming for an oblate spheroid, the
Yeah.
shape of the Earth.
Show the pieces, the people. Okay. One flash. Stood up.
Hey, Chris? Chris. Oh, maybe he'll gather over that, right? Maybe
Stood
he'll
up.
gather. I was going to say get it really hot so that he can immediately go, because we have 10 minutes, but he may gather over it. Are you going to gather over this? No? Once you get it hot, so that they may see the beginning of the next piece.
Wow, very good. Touch the back. Touch the tip inside.
George torched the tip to make it really hot. Cracks propagate at edges, so he just
Okay.
made it a little hotter.
Got it? Stop it. Take it.
Pick it up.
All right.
Bravo.
Thank you, Eric. Giorgio,
The memorial's at
come ti
4.
chiami? Your name? Kyle.
The memorial's at 4.
Beauty?
He can start another piece if you let him start.
Okay, you ready?
I'm looking at.
I do one little
I'm gonna go out
bit
the front
here.
door,
Okay?
That way, that way.
What time do you want to leave?
No,
10 till?
no, that's all.
8?
Put the weight, everything.
Well, Chris has been keeping that remnant hot. He's closed the end, and now Lino's going to make another piece out of the excess.
We need a small punti. No big punti. It's like a.
We don't have to leave until 10 till 4. At that time, we're going to walk
Small punti,
around
no,
the
with
building
punti,
to the library
like
for
with
the
stick,
memorial
you put the key.
dedication. But we have 12 minutes. Let's see what happens. I do too. Lino, do you know what shape you're going to make? Okay.
Absolutely not.
See? I knew that was fruitless. I knew that was pointless, but I asked it anyway.
If they,
Right?
absolutely no. I looking for the marker. I go there. Now I bent, I do like the bottoming, I curve like this. But we need the punti right away. The punti is done. The punti.
I'm sorry, Lino, I don't understand.
I want one punti with the stick. Like a pull cane. I show you to do it.
Just solid, just stick and
Yeah. Give me the glass, I do the punti. Give me the stick, I do it. Eat it very well. There. No, a little bit bigger. Bigger. Yep. This one. Hey, boss.
Would you push on the pedal? Somebody push on the pedal. Somebody push on the pedal.
Yeah, keep it like this. Go deep, deep, deep.
Do you know what's
Giorgio?
going on? This is great because now you're going to see how quickly a Venetian glassblower can work. What we just saw was a really complicated process, multiple parts, multiple processes, and this is the
keep it
essence
like this, and
of
then
glass
to you
blowing
into
now.
the tip, we have a torch here. Okay? Go in the bench, the top of the bench. Yeah. Give me diamond seals. Diamond seals to me. Little bit.
I think we're going to see a reversed axis piece.
The tip here. A little bit.
He's not making a duck.
Right.
He's not making a goose. This is the beginning of a process called reversing the axis.
Into the punti. Into the punti. Go. You ready? All right. Straight, straight. Pull a little bit, pull a little bit, pull a little bit. All right. Straight, straight, stay there.
It's not a reverse
Like
axis, is it?
this.
You've been making a lot of birds lately.
Oh, okay. It's not a reverse
I don't know
axis.
if it is.
It is a bird. Rosa, Batman.
Eric,
You're right, it's going to be Batman. You're right. Thank you, Rosa. It's going to be one of Lino's Batman series pieces. I'll probably be wrong again, but
eat a little bit. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here, come.
Do you want to try to get heat on the neck?
No, this one.
Okay.
We do the head and then this one's at the tail.
Okay.
Take out the wax here. Yeah.
is it a Batman or is it a bird? Do you know? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do this.
Okay.
You must do the opposite. Like this. Bend like this. Wow, it's so difficult to take it.
Now, I've known Rosa Barovier-Mentasti since 1982. I've never known her to be wrong, but I'm beginning to think this may be a bird. What do you stick with the Batman theory? You do. She does. Okay, let's see. It'll be the first time you were wrong.
Okay, Eric. All right. Hot torch.
It's official. Rosa just said it's a bird.
The shears. Yeah. Okay, Eric. Eat a little bit. Yes, we touch for the tip, and then we do the tail. Okay, Eric. We do later the tip. We do the tail and then we finish.
A little on the warm side, that's a good thing because, as you know, the next thing we're doing is we're going out the building, around, and we'll be outside for a few minutes. So if you're a little bit warm, that's great. It's turned into a very nice day. Well, you just walked over, you know. So the next thing we're going to do is the dedication of the memorial. I'm sure we have time to stay here until Lino finishes the bird. Again, there's that strategic preheating of the part he wants hot. The glory hole heats everything. He's preheated that thick area near the neck, and that should make it good and pliable for the shaping of the tail.
All right. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Lino's name and his work, I urge you to take your program home with you. When you get home, Google his name and look into his work. To see a Lino demonstration for any contemporary glass people is just a dream come true. So
Okay.
you'd get a kick out of seeing his work if you aren't familiar with it.
Little bit. We need to cut a little bit. I needed to make it a little bit better. Okay? Yep. Eat a little bit. Come here. This.
In the course of reheating to finish the tail, the beak resoftened and lost some of its definition, so he's reshaping the beak.
Very, very tiny flash, just a little bit. All right, torch a little bit there,
Hot torch. On the tail.
tail a little bit.
When the tail seals, it'll be essential
It's
to
a little
not
bit,
resoften.
just the flesh, just.
When the tail seals,
So
it'll
that-
be essential to not resoften the bird. Because if the bird gets soft
I miss
again,
the one
it'll begin to
with prisms.
collapse because the atmosphere, the pressure inside is lower than atmospheric.
Yeah, I have some, yeah. All right. Yep. Done. Okay, thank you. My pleasure.